Okay, hopefully the the drills that are outside are not going to be too loud, or the hammers. Um, Let me open the stream manager. Okay, the thingy is good. I could stop re-digesting what I hit this morning. That'd be great. Okay, so everything seems to be fine. So yeah, let's start the arguably worst run I've ever thought of doing.
Yes.
Which is um, Bonkman. I should have note favorites, and can I change? So age is aged, face details, similar face. There you go. And I won't start as a knight, obviously. There's only one class you can start with, which is sorcerer. And yeah, burial gift. I'm going to take sovereignless soul. And yeah, there's not much else to add. I'm going to start now. My mic is detected really high, it feels like. But it's okay. So first order of business is to unequip the mail breaker. And this, because just because it's staff only doesn't mean I'm going to be using sorcery. Now why staff only? Why inflict myself this upon myself? Well, the reason is, when I was doing NG plus 7, road to NG plus 7, there's a moment where I fuck around and I try to start Soul of Cinder using the Izalith staff. No, I think it was not the Izalith staff. I think it must have been in one of the magic run, because I think Soul of Cinder is like weak to dark or something like that, or is weaker to dark than it is to magic. So I was like, I'm going to try and like for the lulz, because I kept dying, I'm gonna do an attempt where I only use the staff to attack, and realized that there was some interaction that possibly might make it, I wouldn't say good, but at least workable. So that's how I end up today, doing this awful run. Now, the bad news about the run is the fact that the two best staffs to do that are the Murky Longstaff and Izalith staff, both of which are not available immediately. So the beginning of the run, up until Abyss Watcher, is going to be hard. Like, I don't even know how Gundia will go, but I'm certain that it will not go well. The plan is to do as many boss as I can master doing. Ideally, it's all boss. There will be one exception with the staff only, which is obviously Ancient Wyvern, because you won't catch me fighting that dude for a fucking century. Oh my god. So why the staff exactly? What is interesting about the staff? Well, the first thing is the only attacking move of the staff is a heavy attack. And the second thing is that it's a heavy attack that consumes a very low amount of stamina. So what does that mean? It means you can spam it. Not only can you spam it, but because it's a heavy attack, items like the Pontius Ridei actually proc surprisingly fast. You can reach several levels of damage rather quickly. Oh my god. I thought I thought I could walk around this. I think the irony is I am too light, which means that I'm struggling to I'm struggling to dodge properly, because medium roll keeps me closer to the enemy, which is what I would want against Condir. But yeah, the beginning of the run is going to be miserable. But I see yellow on the F bar, so that means I'm doing some damage. I never realized that Udex could actually shoulder tackle. Okay, I died. I died because I took a lot of damage in the beginning of the fight, speaking, so I'm going to focus on what I'm doing. There's no need to be yapping. The yap is done. So yeah, the the simple goal is stack the damage multiplier and hope that it gives me enough damage so the run doesn't become the most horrendous thing to do ever. I think my character model ducks slightly. That's why when he does a thrust attack, I seem to be dodging it, but I'm not sure because it could be the hit punch. Okay, the good news is my mic doesn't seem to pick up the drills, so it's fine. But maybe even when I'm speaking, but there's not much I can do about that. Usually I don't miss the dodge, but it's... I got distracted by the noise outside. Oh my god. Somebody's calling me. Sorry, if it was loud, I'm sorry. It's because the cable the cable fell under my butt and unplugged itself. Because it's like the junction. There's a single jack and a double jack, and the junction between is at the worst possible spot because it always gets stuck to something. Come to think of it. Not sure why I tried to parry the punch, but... Oh my god, that was a bad parry. It's the time it takes to do Utex Kundir, it's the time it takes to do Utex Kundir. I feel like the difference in damage is very little between one-handing and two-handing. This is 60 when I two-hand. 61. Okay, I should stay with the shield out. Like I felt it. I felt like I was doing one more damage, which would be relevant. It means that every 13 hits I get a free one, but yeah, if I can parry, I think it's better because barriers are much more valuable. I need to find a way to parry point blank, but I don't find it yet. Because if I parry point blank, I don't have to micro walk in order to. I get the optimal parry punish, basically. But also I took a lot of damage by missing the parry altogether. Run invalid, I did damage without the staff. This sucks, I'm out of healing before phase 2. Yeah, I knew it was a bad attempt. Ah. I think I need to recognize a situation where I should just dodge away, because the parry timing is either range specific or just not available. Yeah, this attack is annoying to dodge, but well to parry. Oh, this one is so hard to parry. Like, I got the parry, but I was very lucky. And I hate this attack. Nice. Like I can see it being doable, honestly. I would be very surprised if I get it soon. I don't know why in my head it was like switching to phase 2 because I was not looking at the health bar anymore. Oh, I fucking hate this attack. Maybe I shouldn't have healed? I don't know. I'm not being helped by the fact that Gundyr walks away in this phase. Okay. I think if you're close enough, you actually parry the blade, so you can actually get a follow-up on that. Well, you can get a parry. But otherwise, the hand always gets you, which sucks. Doesn't help that I think Sorcerer is like the lowest max health in the game, and that's a terrible way to start. Yeah, that's just such a horrible attempt. Let's be real. Yes. Usually I would do that kind of stream in the afternoon because I would be a bit more awake, I would be a bit more alert, and my eyes would actually like cease to. I wouldn't say lock themselves, but they're kind of rigid in the morning. I don't know how to say it, but it feels stiff because they need sunlight in order to work properly. And you may say, but I don't need to look anywhere else. How could it be? Well, it feels like I feel my eyes in my eye sockets, which is annoying because it's distracting. And not in a oh, it's a drill you hear outside distracting. It's actually distracting in a way where every single of my action will be impeded just because I thought about it, like rippling through my brain. Fucking hate this attack again. I hate that I managed to parry it before, therefore I'm gonna always attempt to parry, even though it's like the least safe it could ever be. Unless I missed the stagger because I parried anyway. I'm surprised it's not. There you go. That was a much cleaner attempt already. That was a very bad attack. I missed the attack and I was really unsafe. There we go. Only 2 heals used, that's nice. I'm curious to see how much durability did I consume during this entire fight? 7. I don't know at which rate durability goes down. No, you're right, I only could just. Honestly, I should be grabbing items just for the sake of selling them. If I can get like 1 more level, it may make things like 1% easier. Like I can really just go around the map, because I know what kind of weapon I'm going to be using anyway, so might as well do it.
Well, good, good. Then Welcome to I the law to this end. Felt me.
Forgot to consume this.
Very well, then take.
Okay.
Farewell, Ashmi.
So how much damage did I gain on my staff? 1 physical damage when one-handed, and when two-handed, 2. Ow. Leveling up strength is maybe not going to be the best thing. Which is why most of the damage has to come from rings and buffs. Because there will be some buffing. In fact, I need to get to level... I need to get to level 13 in strength. In strength, what am I saying? In faith. 13 or 12. I think it's 12. Because I want to use Garthus Sweat or whatever that's called. But I think it requires 2 attunement slots as well. So oh wait, I already have 2 attunement slots. I'm an idiot. Okay, I think I might have to mute my mic at some point because the noise is just going to be too bad for the stream, in my opinion. But I did re-download Dark Souls 3 because I did an archipelago like 2 days ago. And in the archipelago, I did the tree jump first try. Not that it really helped because there was nothing of value up there. Honestly, I'm curious to check how it's going to sound on the playback because I don't hear myself.
stupidest, wasn't he? Pretty, I don't.
Anthem. You what? Him what?
I'm Ash has it. Ashen.
Okay, the drill seems to have stopped. Like literally, the drills are upstairs. I have no clue what they are drilling that takes them so long to drill. Like the walls have been built in the 70s. Can't be that hard to drill. But anyway, what I wanted to say was, yeah, I actually got like a significant damage increase by upgrading my staff to +1. Now the scaling is still garbage, but it's still like I went from 60 damage a hit to 70, which if you do the math is more than like I think it's like 12% boost in DPS. That's actually not that bad. Now of course it's not going to make Vault any easier because I believe Vault resists physical attacks decently. But like I don't understand, like it's literally upstairs, but they already drilled there previously, and the only thing they have to change is windows. Like, why? But like we got the schedule for the. Okay, what? We got the schedule for the renovations on the apartment complex, and yeah, no, the windows are supposed to take 1 day. So I don't know why they're still there. Unless it's like 2 apartments next to each other. I have no clue. Also, learning that Vault actually has a fucking stagger animation in first phase, it's just that you never see it because you usually reach second phase before it can even trigger, is hilarious to me. And also, the end of phase 2 Vault's OST is kinda cracked, not gonna lie. It actually sounded really, really cool. Also, one of I was AFK a bit because one of my friends in Discord pinged me because the guy witnessed me doing this to myself, and he was like, "Fucking why?" Okay, I wasn't sure if the first dash counted as a part of the combo. Sadly, the staff attack is not considered a medium stagger attack, so you can't interrupt Volt from doing his frost breath. Yeah, like that part actually sounds kind of sick. Okay, the fight is on. And honestly, that is the perfect opportunity to showcase what I was talking about earlier. Now, I won't be getting the Pontiff Right Eye Ring, because that requires reaching all the way up to Irophil. But I can get the left eye. Never mind, I can't get the left eye because I don't have the transposing kiln, and I don't feel like doing doing Curse Rotted Greatwood right now, so never mind. But I'm still going to level up regardless.
Very that takes.
I'm going to put points into Faith for two reasons. One, the earlier mentioned Kalphus Beacon, I think it's called. The earlier mentioned Kalphus Beacon, which will help me it will help me build up damage, but also because the Azalith staff actually requires 12 faith in order to be wielded properly. Now, I think if you meet the strength requirement, it doesn't actually debuff the damage of the staff itself, but I'm not willing to take that chance. So I will level up faith, also because leveling up any stats isn't going to matter. So hello, Emma.
Are you there to help? This is different. What is
I was so lucky when I did the randomizer the other day, because the randomizer was Dark Souls 3 and Super Mario 64. And I got lucky that my small Lothric banner was actually in early SM64. It was in my equivalent of Worm's Fortress, I think. And I got fortunate enough to have acquired 1 star, so I could reach Worm's Fortress. But something insane happened, which is that I had Aldrich as replacement to Dancer again, and I had Yom as replacement to Soul of Cinder again. And also because there's health scaling, Yom is even bulkier in there than he would be in the base, in the space you normally fight Yom. In the area you fight Yom. Also, it's very funny that the Storm Ruler works the way it does, which is to say, not much at all, because the Storm Ruler only gets its buff in Yom's arena. But the buff only works if the weapon is used against specifically Yom. I'm not going to bother with that. I have to remember that I cannot kill. Honestly, like, this is one of the hardest part of the run, in my opinion, done. Because starting from here, I have access to a lot more options. The first being is that I actually get a substantial upgrade to my damage. Because you see, staves are light. So, if staves are light, you can just run Flynn's Ring. And you have more damage. Not much, because it's percentage based, so obviously the better, like, if you do 70 damage, it's still only 7 damage, but it's still like, it's something. It's something to be, I wouldn't say reckoned with, but give me your repair powder. It's something at least. Can I even hit that? I'm not even sure. Okay, I can. Oh, you can drop on this plank. This is part of the scenery you would never walk on. That's a that is an interesting tidbit about this piece of scenery. No one would think that it would be mattering at all for anything, which would be right. But that funny, unusual thing happened, which makes it automatically less bad than I thought. Anyway, I'll still get the standard upgrades from around here. Also, I believe there's like two. This I think is a coin. No, it's a soul. But there is a. I was about to say a smithing stone. It's called a titanite shard. There is a titanite shard over here. Which is nice because I need to collect the. I need to collect the infinity shards to barely do damage. But yeah, my inability to shove enemies back is certainly going to hinder my survival. Well, I did not expect to be dying in the corner that quickly. I still expected this kind of situation to happen. Because even with the power of anything can stagger in Dark Souls 3, I still can't stagger them long enough to actually interrupt them to get away. And also I can't shove them back, so if they block me, I can't do much. That said, I'm kind of thankful that the Pontiff's right eye actually doesn't require you to transpose a boss soul, because I really don't feel like doing Curse Rotted Greatwood right now. And the good thing is, because I died, I won't be bothered by Hardrick. Which is good, because I absolutely don't need Hardrick anyway. I don't need a vertebra shackle. I don't need to... I don't even think you need to kill him to do a serious quest line. Really, there's nothing to be done. Okay, I don't remember if the Mortician Ashes actually has a limited amount of Smithing Stone 1, or if it's just a Dark Souls 2 thing and I'm completely halu on what I'm supposed to get. Honestly, now I've acquired like 2 farming spots. I got the Dragon Bridge and I got the Giant. So that's pretty nice to have. Oh, and there was a bot that I did not see. Am I still being chased? It doesn't sound like it. I need to get rid of the bots. I do not want to pin the message. I want to ban. There you go. Okay, let's unlock Cornix. I don't need Cornix immediately, but I will need Cornix once I reach the catacombs. Oh, I remember where another Titanic shard is. Right at the opposite end of this place. God, like, defeating a boss doesn't feel that bad, but defeating an enemy really shows how low my damage is. Can't wait for the magic claymore process. My friend is sharing an equally unhinged idea as I am currently doing, which is elemental claymore in every game. And I told him good luck with magic claymore against blue metal demon, because blue metal demon takes like 88% reduced damage from magic. Oh, he plans to. Okay, he plans to have a run that features all of the elemental claymore. He plans to do a run with all the elemental claymore, and apparently in DS2 you can get several claymores, which is true because you can just buy them, and I think you can even drop them. Oh my god, fuck off. Dude, that ad for Google Chrome, the browser with Google AI in it, I fucking hate that fucking ad that pops up on my fucking computer. Like, I'm not even using Google Chrome, I'm using Firefox and Opera GX. Okay, so I got Cornix at least. I don't care if I die a lot. It's just expected at some point. Okay, it feels like the drills are going to be over, so now I'm gonna be able to yap all I feel like.
Item.
Never mind. I stand corrected. The drills never stop. I'm gonna mute myself.
Well, then take farewell, Ashmi.
Okay, so I'm gonna get the other stuff that you can get, the erratic stuff. I think the erratic stuff deals more damage. And it's the best damage I'll get before I get the Irrefill stuff. The Isolith stuff. But yeah, as I said earlier, like it's at this point. It's at this point that the run becomes significantly easier because run you can run past everything and you can collect upgrade items. Not much damage increasing item uh without doing a boss at least. But I'm getting there. At some point I'll be getting there. Also there's the storyteller stuff. And also there's something I need to try, but I'm pretty sure that it works the way I think. Which is that does this thing actually boost your damage, but I don't think so. Cause like if it does, like I've been a fucking moron. I'm a fucking idiot. I forgot about the covetous silver serpent ring. Not, but it feels like it's a bit longer than the other, than the sorcerer staff. I don't trust myself. I don't trust myself at all. That.
Well, very then take.
Like, I wanted to keep the souls for leveling up, but I am considering the fact that I might not be able to survive this long. For level up, what am I saying? No, to upgrade the weapon. Oh, I have just enough to buy 2 Titanite shards once I get to buy them. Thank God their AI is very dumb. Because I would have definitely died otherwise. Will I be able to go through the slugs? Oh god, that sounds bad. Will I be able to get out? Okay. Perfect. That's something I like about DS3. Like, yes, this is a setup period where nothing much happens, but it's not a setup period that makes that takes forever. Like, it takes my time to set up, but the setup won't be that long. Also, I need to start killing those crystal lizard. Oh my god, I do 9 damage. Thank god, at least it's tigers, so this is so fucking bad. I need my flames ring. I need my boost in damage because this is sad to see. But yeah, I need twinkling titanites to upgrade the other thingy. Note, I will be cheating at some point in this run, which makes it invalid in the eyes of literally anyone who fucking cares. I am going to get the old wolf's the old wolf's greatsword. I am not bothering with farming the fucking thingies for it. It's just that I won't get it now because I want to have something else. I still want to have like something to parry with. And also because most of the time, actually I forgot to take the I forgot to take something, which is I forgot to take the grass crest shield. Sorry.
Ah. Gracious let either. Ashen this word. Oh yes, it would.
And now I can buy the grave key, and more importantly, I can buy titanite shards.
Ashen one. Ah.
And I can sell stuff to buy more titanite shards. I need 10, so this should be it. This isn't it at all. I can't do math apparently. uh, Wait, no, I'm an idiot. I need 12 because it's a new weapon that I'm upgrading.
That is what. Pradeep, that is wasn't it? Pradeep, what? Pretty big. It wasn't it? Pretty like that.
Oh, hello. I have to occasionally mute because of the drills that are going on upstairs. So if you don't hear me for a while, it's normal. Meru Corp is expanding, so I need all the help I can get.
I could. I. No! You should have waited! Well, it's too late now. I, Sigurd of the Knights of Catarina, fight by your side! Ah! waiting. Well, it's too late now. I, Sigurd of the Knights of Katarina, fight by your side. That was, but you mustn't get weak.
I don't know why there's some audio input even though my mic is completely mute. Fuck.
then take. Farewell, I've made them.
Oh my god, I made it harder for myself for no reason. I didn't know that steady shan't. Like the description is, boost the strength of sorceries for a very short period. Apparently it also boosts the damage of the staff itself. For whatever fucking reason.
I thought that. Kim. Do not pick. What is it?
Ah, Ashen.
Welcome home. Speak. Very well, then take. Farewell, I've made.
I'm going to end the stream soon. Lost to the weather. Ah. I mean, I saw even today, around where we live, it's supposed to be... Like, my phone told me it was like 29 degrees today. Fuck, the other one despawned. And this one is pointless because it's a heavy gem and you can't slot gems into your catalyst. And of course, I threw the elevator back because 99% of the time it doesn't matter. But here it matters because I need to go back to respawn the enemy. To respawn the crystal lizard. Cause it's the only way I can get my staff to +4. Honestly, like, I am so pissed that steady chant actually works on the fucking staff's damage. And like, it's not like insignificant. I think like it's like a 15% boost in damage. That is not something you should forget about. And that's something that, like, you read the description says it works for strength of sorceries for a very short time. How am I supposed to guess it also boosts the staff itself? The only reason I checked is because I wanted... I was looking at the damage number. Like, the only reason is that I looked... Shit, not what I meant to do. I looked at this screen and I was like, hold on a second, why is it showing me 86 plus 9 for my attack power, but 107 for my total attack power? That's because I had not realized that I had the Flynn's ring equipped, and that this is... the 86 plus 9 is solely the weapon, and 107 is what you have in total. But it's just when I realized that when I used Steady Chant, I had more attack power, that I was kind of curious to see how much. And if it affected the staff itself, and turns out it does. Which is something that's actually going to narrow the gap between the Izalith staff and the Murky Longstaff. Because I believe the Murky Longstaff only boosts dark damage, and the dark damage in the Murky Longstaff doesn't scale. Where is the... Do I really need to reload the map for it to respawn? Because like they're never gone forever. They just... That's so weird. Why wouldn't it spawn back? Okay, and now it's back. So that was a waste of time. Why does... I don't understand. This game. Why does sitting at a bonfire, which respawns literally every enemy, does not work on the crystal lizard, but resetting the map does when it does not respawn enemies? I don't understand. Like, I get the idea, but I still don't understand how. Like, does that mean the crystal lizard are actually considered as part of a map asset? Because when you destroy, say, when you destroy a crate next to a bonfire, the crate stays destroyed even if you rest at the bonfire. But if you reload the map, you did not rest at the bonfire, but it reloads every asset, which means that the crate will be back. But again, these are coded as enemies, and I don't know, like, why does it work like that? Is it the fact that it disappears? But no, because it should reset it. Why is it that way? I am Confucian, like one of my friends says. Which is probably quoting from something, but I wouldn't care to know from where.
It wasn't he. Pretty.
I did it again. 118. And with a buff, 130. That's the max amount of damage that I can get. Actually, I could get like a tiny bit more if I remove the Chloranthe ring and the covetous Silver Serpent ring, but the damage difference isn't worth the loss of utility, so I'm gonna keep it like that. I think I'm going to end the stream soon because first of all it's noon, and second of all because I can't stream this afternoon. So I think I will just put myself to Crucifixion Wood. I think I'm gonna try like one attempt of Crystal Sage. Now Crystal Sage is technically a boss that I can skip, but I can, if I don't skip it, I can get the Lloyd Sword Ring, which boosts my damage by 10%, which is valuable. I like having damage. Because ideally I have to go through Fire and Keep to unlock to defeat the Abyss Watchers. I'm the better mage. Okay, he's using his sword. He's cheating. Patch. There is a way to loop him infinitely because so long as the humanities are, yeah, no, I think they're called humanities. Maybe no, it's pursuers. Whatever. The 6 crystal that appears around him. As long as there's one alive, he cannot switch to phase 2 and he cannot teleport away. And now, here comes the bad part. The part that literally no one likes. You cheater! Okay, good thing that they basically use very little stamina because I hate when he's over here. I did not see what killed me! I did not see what killed me. I know someone else would probably be like, but I had him. I had him. I would have gotten him anyway. And would have gone for another attempt. But I don't feel like doing it. I don't. I'm gonna leave it at that. I know. At the very least, I have the comfort in my mind. I know that I can do this boss, and it's not going to be that hard because I have enough damage to not get bullshitted too much. Only thing is, like, I think it's like one lingering. There's like a very slow projectile that does a lot of damage that this boss can throw. And maybe that projectile was hidden by the other copy of the boss. I don't know. But yeah, usually like Crystal Sage is a fucking asshole, and I'm so glad that I can reach the crystal part of his name on the health bar. So I know that I won't take that long to defeat him anyway. Honestly, like getting over Udex Gundyr and Volt is probably the hardest it's going to be, but there's still the Abyss Watchers. Once the Abyss Watchers are done, the run will be quote unquote fine. It's still going to suck, but it will be quote unquote fine because I will have the best staff that I can possibly get to do this stupid run. And also, now that I think about it, I do need that 12 that 12 faith to wield the weapon because you can't use steady chant if you don't meet the stat requirement. So even though I'm not casting spell, and therefore I'm not scaling anything with faith or intelligence, I still need that minimum amount of faith to boost the damage of my stick. But anyway, I'm going to end the stream. Thanks for watching.